Hi everyone, thank you for joining me, Debbie from cariadcards.co. Today I'm going to show you how I made this cover and decorated what started life as a very plain notepad. This is how it started out. Fantastic little notepad for writing down shopping lists or just notes, but it is rather plain, and I think this looks so much nicer if you're going to have it out on your work surface or in your handbag. Now, I bought these from eBay. They come in packs of 8 and they're a very reasonable price. I will put the link on my blog for you so that if you want to buy some to match this video, you'll know where to get them from. Right, I'm going to do this one in a different colourway just so you can see what it looks like. Obviously different to that one there. And this one I'm going to use crushed curry. And I've pre-cut a piece. I'll give you the imperial measurements here, and I'll write both the imperial measurements and the metric measurements down on my blog, cariadcards.co. So I've cut a piece of crushed curry to 3 inches by 9 3/8 of an inch. I've also cut a piece of DSP, which comes from the DSP pack Best Year Ever, and this is completely free of charge as one of the celebration items. So if you spend £45, you can pick this pack of DSP absolutely free. So I've cut this one at 2 3/4 inches by 8 inches, and I've cut a piece of Whisper White cardstock to 3 3/4 inches by 2 1/2 inches. So we'll start off with this one. On this pad I just use Whisper White background, but I thought let's jazz it up and go a little bit brighter this time. So I'm going to bring in my scoreboard, simply scoreboard, because the cover goes up the front, across the top, and it adheres to the back, and you just want to put a couple of little score lines here just so that it sits nicely. So a very quick job to do. Just bring that in, and then I'm going to lay my card along with the longer edge along the top, hoping you can see that, and I'm just going to put 2 score lines in, one at 8 3/8 of an inch, so 8 3/8 of an inch, and one at 8 1/2 inch. So it's literally just 1/8 of an inch of scoring there. So I will put the measurements on my blog for you, and I've forgotten to bring my bone folder, but I'm just going to fold those along the score line by hand. I should have brought my bone folder, but we will manage that. And then you'll find that when we attach it, will sit beautifully over there. That's just the right amount, just to cover the top, enough to go on the back, and to cover the base, right down to the base. And that looks better even just like that, but we're going to make it look even better. So what we've got next, we've got our DSP there, and I've put a little layer here where I've used an embossing folder that comes out in the new spring summer catalogue. It's called Happy Hearts, and that's it there. Beautiful, lovely for Valentine's Day, lovely to give to somebody just to say, you know, that you're thinking of them, they mean something to you. So I'm going to pop that into there. Now you've got 2 sides. You've got the one where you get the emboss, so it's raised up, or you've got the other side where it's de-embossed and it will go down. I want it to be raised up, so I'm just making sure I've got this the right side up, and I'm just going to pop that into there and line it up. And then I need to bring in my Big Shot, and I can't use my magnetic platform this time because you need to be able to take the tabs away for embossing, because it just needs a thinner plate. So I take both my tabs off, put my cutting plate there, put my, oh, I think that slipped a little bit while I've been talking. Oh dear. Put my embossing folder in with the paper in, and then put my top cutting plate and just run it through the Big Shot. It only needs to go through once. take the cutting plate away and I'll just get all this out of the way. Oh, sorry about all the bangs and clatters. I'm dropping lots of stuff. Okay, isn't that gorgeous? Absolutely beautiful embossing folder. Love that. That's what it would look like if you'd done it the other way around, de-embossed. But I love that one. Happy Hearts, that's called. Okay, what are we going to do next? I'm just looking for my... So we've got that done. Next thing I'm going to do is my butterfly, and that comes from this set, another new set called Butterfly Basics. It's one of two, so there's 2 packs. This is the one I'm going to be using, and obviously that's the butterfly stamp. So I've got a little bit of spare card. Here's the stamp. It's a beautiful stamp. Anybody who loves lacy stamps, pretty stamps. I'm going to bring in a different colour. I'm going to use Island Indigo. Actually, it matches my top. How uncanny is that? So ink your stamp up and pop it down on your card. This one stamps beautifully, and pop that to one side. Now, just to save time, save me getting my big shot in and out, I've cut that out with a framelit. Now, the Butterfly Basics also has a set of framelits called Butterfly Thinlits. Beautiful set. This one here exactly matches that. So I just popped that on and ran it through my big shot, and then it came out beautifully cut, looking like that. So I've just saved a minute or two by pre-doing that. So we've got our background, we've got that done, we've got the butterfly done. Going to do our sentiment next, and for that I've used this stamp here from the set called A Happy Thing, and this is another Celebration item. So you spend £45, you get this completely free of charge. And I'm going to do this one again in the Island Indigo. There, isn't that gorgeous? Love life, and it's a beautiful sentiment. It just stamps really crisply, really cleanly. I'm going to punch that out. I've got my 1-inch circle punch. So just pop that in. It's perfect size for this punch. Just make sure we've got it lined up. And then I did a scallop. So I've got my 1 1/4 inch scallop punch and a little bit of, well, a big bit here, a big bit of Island Indigo card. So just punch that one out. And then finally, for the outer scallop, I've got my 1 3/4 inch punch. I don't think I'll get it out of there. Hey, I will. Fantastic. I do love to be able to save card when I can. Oh, brilliant. Okay. So what I can do now is start to get all of this assembled. I can just leave that like that, or I could do what I've done here and just pick up the Island Indigo colour, which is what I'm going to do, using my finger sponge dauber. There. Just pop it in the Island Indigo and just go around the outer edge. Lovely jubbly. And while we're doing that, oh, I've got to stuck my finger slap bang in the middle of the ink. I'm such a clumsy oaf. I've always got, I don't know whether you have that, I've always got coloured fingers because I'm such a clumsy klutz. The Happy Hearts embossed area, I'm going to just colour that with the crushed curry. So again, finger sponge dauber, pop that in and just pop a bit of colour. You can leave it as it is, you don't have to colour it, but I quite like doing that. It softens the edge and it ties the layers together, I find. Okay. Right, that's all of our stamping done, and now we're just going to start to assemble this. So let's start putting this together. I'm going to pop a little bit of glue on the back of there. Don't need a huge amount. Oh, this is where it's handy to have grown some nails at last. I can pick things up. And then I'm just going to pop a dimensional onto the back of that. It's always nice to layer things up and just get a little bit of extra height, I find. Okay, now I'm going to attach, oh goodness me, I've just dropped a stamp set on the floor. I'm going to attach that onto my shopping pad and then I can start to put all the pieces on. So I'm just looking in my mucky mess here. It's a good job you can't see it all. There's my shopping pad. Now to attach this, it's got a bit of sticky strip. This stuff really is sticky. It's going to stick anything to anything. Okay. And I'll just cut that with a pair of scissors. I can't break this with my nails. And then I find the easiest way to get the back off is just use your pokey tool and it comes off beautifully. Right, I want to make sure I've got this lined up properly before I stick it. So, okay. There we go. Now I'm just going to use, oh, I was going to say I'm going to use glue to put that, but I forgot I've got ribbon, haven't I? Silly me. So I want to put this onto this next because I'm going to put some ribbon on it. Where are we? Glue, glue, glue. So pop a little bit around there. And just lay that down onto there. Crushed curry is such a pretty colour. Okay, now another Celebration item. There are so many, some wonderful stuff in this year's catalogue. This is crushed curry. You can get a pack of 3 ribbons and a set of matching buttons as part of one of the Celebration items. And crushed curry is one of them. Calypso coral is another. Can't remember the last one. It's a blue one. It's one of the in colours. Oh, shocking not to be able to remember the name. Okay, now I'm going to have a go. Oh, I'm going to be brave at tying a bow on camera. If it doesn't work out, I shall be switching the camera off. So if it jumps quickly, you will know it went wrong. Okay, as you've possibly guessed, it went completely wrong. Do you know, I can tie bows almost first time when I'm just doing them as part of the project, just creating them, but put me on camera and I just literally turn into a gibbering wreck. I cannot do them. So I did that off camera. Daft, isn't it? Okay, so I've got my happy hearts on there, I've got my bow on. I'm just going to now attach this. This is obviously the rear side of this lovely DSP paper. I'm just going to pop a bit of glue. You could use fast fuse, might be a bit strong. You can use snail, double-sided, whatever you want. I'm just popping a bit on the ribbon as well just to make sure that it sticks nicely. Okay, and trying not to get too much glue on your hands, which really is my field of expertise. Just going, ooh. This is why I like glue. It just gives me a little bit of wiggle room when I don't get things on straight, which is pretty much most of the time. There we go. Make sure that's attached down. And then I'm going to pop this on here. Love life. What a gorgeous sentiment. You know, it really is absolutely spot on. I'm looking around for, oh dear, I'm looking around for my dimensionals and they're here. I am being a bit daft today, aren't I? No, don't answer that. But I am. Okay, love life. Pop that. Try and get it straight, Debbie. On there. And then your butterfly. Just going to pop that there. Pop that just to get a little bit of movement. And I probably should have brought some glue dots in. And because I am doing a wonderful rendition of being totally disorganised, I haven't, so that's fine. I use one of the edge dimensionals. They will attach it perfectly well there. So there we have it. We've got 2 notepads just covered in different colours, and I just love them. Aren't they gorgeous? What a lovely gift. Oh, I meant to say, these will be going out to some of my gorgeous customers who've placed an order with me. So if you've placed an order recently, have a look, wait, you might well be getting one of these in a little package being sent out to you. Thank you very much for joining me, Debbie, from cariadcards.co.